Hey guys, I just want to show you a little bit about Edulastic. I have been using Edulastic for a little over a year now, and my whole school actually kind of had an overhaul of them wanting everybody to use Edulastic instead of Google Forms for all of our assessments. For many reasons, and we'll get into some of that. But first of all, when you go to edulastic.com, this is the page you come to, or at least this is what I come to because it's used to me just logging in. But if you don't have an account yet, you just do sign up right here. I did, I'm a teacher. And then you just went and signed up with Google. So it's super easy. I'm going to go back out and log in myself. And I'm going to use my school account. And I apologize, I have very slow internet. Anyway, but when you get on, this is what you come to. I already have my classes set up. Of course, you can see I have first period is English 1, and that's a collaborative class where a lot of those students are special education students. I have second period is English 2, just a regular class, and then third and fourth period are both English 2 CP classes. From this dashboard, you can look at either all the assignments that the class has completed thus far, and it's really neat because you can see how many have submitted, so you can tell if it's completely done or not. And like this right here, it was assigned twice because there was a little glitch I had to work through. Some of them, there's a couple of kids who still haven't taken things, so it, let you know that so you can go through. Even at the end of a test, it'll either say in grading or finished or that kind of thing. So that's the dashboard. You can also look at the most recent thing by just clicking on assignment right there. You can see this was a test over chapters 22 through 29 of To Kill a Mockingbird, and my class did really well on it. It gives you green if they got it right, red if they got it wrong, and if it's a multiple part, they get a yellow. And if I want to show this so that they can see data just overall as a class, I put it on present mode. And if you can see right here, it takes all those names and changes them. And it just gives them some anonymity. So you can also click on students and you can see here where you change your student out. And you can see how they did on each question. And then, or if you have a certain question that on the card view it looked like there was a lot of people missing it, you can pull each question up and just look at how all the kids did on each question. So that's just assignments. You also have gradebook, and the most important thing to me, this is where we have our tests. These are the 53 tests that I've made so far. You can also have them shared. This is something I want to come back to in just a minute, this specific test. So like in my collaborative class, that teacher made this assessment and sent it to me, and we did it together. But anyway, if there's a test that you want to make that is not already made, you can either create one from scratch, use a snap quiz where you use a PDF, and that's what that last test was, and I'll show you that in just a second. Or you can use Smart Build, and I haven't done this a whole lot, but you kind of set your preferences and it finds questions out of the bank. But a lot of times I do create from scratch. I'll make just a quick little sample. You do have to have a title there before you can add items. Now, if you want to search by skill or something like that, you can find all kinds of Edulastic certified questions on here, and sometimes if you see right here in the green, they'll already be linked to standards that you put in when you manage your settings. So mine is set to Kentucky standards. Okay, or if you want to create your own item, you do create, and you can see there are tons of types of questions. I think one thing that was a selling point of this was all of these different things that they can use in math and science. I don't know a whole lot about that because, like I said, I'm an English teacher, but there's all these things that they could use. I mean, we could use charts, of course, in English, but we've just not had to do that yet. But you can see label images, you can have drop downs, drag and drops, any kind of multiple choice you can think of, true and false. You can even do multiple selections of multiple choice. There's highlighting. I use this passage quite a bit, where you do a passage and you can even have multiple passages and then questions. We do writing. I use the short text a whole lot, but I have done some essay also. It's just really neat. I was going to show you this grammar pretest. This is one of the things that we have had to do, but since we've just switched over, you have PDFs of these old tests that you like, and this is just a grammar pretest to see where we need to start with grammar. But we had this, and it was a really good resource, and we still wanted to use it, but we didn't want to have to type everything back in. So we scanned that in, and all we had to put in was their answers. And so that was really easy, and that made it a whole lot simpler. One thing that I will show you, you have all these things that you automatically put in your school, what standard set. So I have Kentucky Academic Standards set in, and then the grades specifically you're going to work on, and your subject. So that helps filter things just automatically. I don't know why that says other. I'm taking that out. So when you do go in to look for a test, like you can search the entire library, and I might say, I just wanted To Kill a Mockingbird test, and all of these come up. And it tells you what standards it's hitting. It tells you who published it. So that's really good, because when you see the standard, you can see what grade level it's appropriate for also. So it's just really good. Anyway, there's just so much you can do on here, and I just suggest everybody to give it a try. You can try it out. This is just at a demo account if you want to play around on it. I forget that they even have that. But there's so much you can do on here. It's just amazing what all is accessible here. So I suggest everyone, and you can use it for free. There are some settings that you can't use if you use the free version, but I definitely suggest the free version, because that's what I used for probably 6 months.